Audrey Marie was trying to temporarily stop the onslaught.
This is going to be interesting right here.
Watch Sophia.
Sophia doesn't get involved here.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised.
Both Paige and Sophia, they've just got that. They look like, you know, there's not many ladies would just headbutt you straight in the face, and they would do, and that's something I like to see, a bit of savageness.
Oh, cover again.
There's definitely a mean streak in both of them.
Just look at the look on Paige. I almost feel like she's a little distracted by Sophia at ringside.
Well, do you think you can trust Sophia?
Well, I wouldn't trust her.
I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her.
You could probably throw it pretty far.
Well, watch Audrey here on the second cross body, but the momentum wasn't enough to keep Paige down.
There.
Whoa!
Almost a swinging neck breaker there.
Sure if Audrey got all of it, but enough to cover. Look at Audrey Marie now picking up the intensity.
A lot of hair grabbing going on in this match. Maybe you have some hair envy.
Do you know, I've got a German barber. I went today, I said, can I get a shave? He went, yes. I said, no, just the face.
Hey, just when you think she's in a compromising position, look at this, Audrey Marie pulling for dear life, trying to, wait a minute.
Full double leg Nelson there. Lovely.
Here's your winner, Audrey Marie.
Did you see what Sophia just did to Paige?
Well, I mean, maybe say a little slap on the wrist.
Take a look at this. You see Paige hanging on to that rope for dear life. Audrey Marie trying to pull her down. Sophia comes along and swipes Paige's hands off the rope. What was that about?
Why can I blame her?
That's that envy we were talking about before, and you're right, who can blame her? She's obviously got that villainous streak in her, as both of these young ladies do, so you've got to expect that kind of thing. I would do it to you, you'd do it to me, that's the way it goes.
Oh, I would be offended if you wouldn't.
Exactly.
All is not well between Paige and Sophia, but folks, don't forget our main event tonight, the ultimate challenge of challenges, as Bo Dallas goes one-on-one with Big E. Langston.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 217 pounds, Rick Victor.
Whenever Rick Victor appears, always seems to be followed by a aura of devious intentions.
Menace. That's where I like to think of Rick Victor. He has that menace about him. He's an expert at skirting his opponents. You know what skirting is, Byron?
What is that?
It's from his dungeon training, where you take an opponent down and just grind their face into the floor and make them suffer.
Seems rather disturbed.
His opponent, from Joliet, Illinois, weighing 216 pounds, C.J. Parker.
Oh, high energy and unlimited potential surrounds C.J. Parker, which I think will match up pretty well against Rick Victor.
He says his key to his exuberance is that he meditates an hour a day.
Well, I'm sure that meditation eases his mind, and hopefully he can use that meditation to translate his focus towards Rick Victor, who is still seated on top of the turnbuckle.
You usually don't see Rick Victor like that.
And I say that's something new, Rick Victor. He's usually on the balls of his toes, ready to attack, and he's very thoughtful this evening. There's obviously a new strategy of his.
Yeah, you wonder if there's maybe something on his mind, or if that's, as you said, just a new strategy. Definitely, there's the Rick Victor I know, grabbing hair.
Always make sure the referee can't see it. I mean,
yeah.
That was lovely for an old villain like me to watch.
Rick Victor knows what he's doing.
Rick Victor, like many of the superstars here in FCW, realize what's at hand and how important every victory really is. I mean, you imagine a win here could just give you the added confidence to change the complexion of your entire career.
You see how he put that headlock on? Like, that was a perfectly proper executed headlock, and he learned that in the hard dungeon. He's the last graduate that went through that dungeon. You can see it every single time he steps in that ring.
No one will ever question the credentials of Rick Victor. But CJ Parker, perhaps, putting the strategy in question.
That was not a good landing there for Rick Victor. Look at CJ Parker.
I've noticed the more time that CJ Parker spends here in FCW, the more of a, how can I put it, just a wicked look in his eyes. He has that real kind of desire to win at all costs look in his eyes. At first he was all happy coming out here smiling. Now he's got this vicious streak. I like it.
Right now, a look of pain.
Here we go again. Rick Victor, an old veteran using the post. Very smart move. He knows where he is at any point in the match. Inside or on the outside. What a belly to belly. Look at Rick Victor. Like you said, menacing.
Menacing, yes.
Mayhem follows him around.
It's hard to pull off crushed velvet in this day and age as well, and he does it wonderfully.
Oh, it's hard to pull it off and look menacing.
And look menacing, yes.
Rick Victor just stalking.
No, I used to wear crushed velvet.
That doesn't surprise me.
I look menacing as well. Look at those Canadian lifters. They're almost as good as my European uppercuts.
And as you notice, the point of the elbow right into the sternum, that's what makes those so effective.
Snap suplex by Rick Victor, who goes for the cover here.
See, Rick Victor doesn't waste any time. He goes for the cover right away. Now that CJ Parker kicked out and very smartly kicked out onto his stomach, so Rick Victor can't pin him again. Now Rick Victor is applying a hold, and look how the viciousness he applies that hold. See those fingers, how they interlaced?
You're making me redundant here, aren't you, Antonio? That was my speciality, was analysing the actual holds and moves of the competitors. I might as well not be here. You know, when your time's up, your time's up. Good for you. Good, but you've overtaken me.
Yeah, gentlemen, we saw something prior to this match I've been meaning to ask you about. We saw Summer Rae directed by WWE Hall of Famer Dusty Rhodes to Steve Keirn's office. Well, what do you think that's about?
Well, I think you would come in handy, William, since you have a relationship here with Summer Rae. I've seen you with her walk around here before.
No idea what you're talking about.
No, of course not. Of course. Look at Rick Victor here going for that Tiger Driver.
CJ Parker, well scouted. The maneuver, sits out here, maybe on his way to a win.
Well executed double leg Nelson there, but not enough to pin CJ Parker.
Oh, multiple pinfall attempts. Rick Victor now on top. CJ Parker, man. Back and forth action.
Oh, again. Double leg.
Again now.
And the bridge.
Ooh, able to bridge up just enough.
CJ Parker still has gas left in his tank. That must have come from all the yoga he's been doing.
Oh, hopefully it's enough gas to propel CJ Parker to victory. There's Parker now. You mentioned it earlier, William Regal, showing a little bit more intensity and fire than we've seen in the past.
He started off somewhat looking like a boy when he came here, CJ Parker. Now he looks like a man. He looks like a real man. The competition here has seasoned him greatly.
See how he pulled down those knee pads before he did that move in the corner? Very smart.
Wow. Ooh. Harsh, emphatic shot.
See how the knee connected with Rick Victor's jaw there? I'm surprised that Rick Victor's getting up that quick, but that shows you what kind of a man he is.
And Rick Victor is up, but not in a good way. Directly planted into the knees of CJ Parker. Parker hooks the leg of Victor.
There you see Rick Victor. See how he's rolling right over to his stomach? Brilliant.
Just that little extra hip movement there was the kind of seasoning that Rick Victor has, that was able to kick out from that. Most people wouldn't have been able to kick out from that maneuver because it knocks the wind obviously right out of you.
Watch CJ Parker here, perhaps trying to put the finishing touches. High up, high risk, no benefit.
Look at Rick Victor here, wasting no time.
Oh, nearly driving Parker through the mat.
Beautiful Tiger
Here
driver
is your
there.
winner, Rick Victor!
And look at Rick Victor here.
We need to find out, we need to ask some questions. What is this new intense nature of Rick Victor? You know him better than I do. You need to find out for future reference.
Take a look at this again. Rick Victor, this new mentality, whatever it is, able to counter from CJ Parker's mistake and deliver that vicious Tiger Bomb nearly through the ring. Wow.
Look at Rick Victor still staring at CJ Parker there.
Rick Victor perhaps becoming a new man before our very eyes, folks. Well, he is the Florida heavyweight champion and the discussion of many topics these days. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Rollins is standing by.
2 years ago, when I walked into this building, it was for one reason and one reason only. That was to prove myself and become the best. And that's exactly what I did.